Oh, it's just a terrible day at the farm here. It's been raining non-stop now for 2 days. I mean, inches and inches of rain. I'm using my gobbly-goes dryer, but I've got all my summer wet gear already gone through. This is some of my winter wet gear I had to take out, and I've saturated with this as well. The birds are mostly hanging out in the egg mobile, and the broilers are put in some wood shavings to keep them up off the ground, keep them nice and dry. So everybody's just in looking out at the rain. The ground is saturated at this point and it's just running off. So hopefully I'll see benefits. My plan is to subsoil in probably not this year but next year, and rather than having all that water run off, we'll start to capture some of that. We've got 3 guys out. There's 3 more eggs in the incubator. There's one of them definitely I don't think going to do anything. There's 2 still waiting to crack. Now these guys are on day we're heading into day 30, so they went a wee bit over, but these guys are hatched out. 2 of them hatched out, one yesterday, one last night, one this morning, and I'm just going to keep them in here until the other ones hatch out. Now these are knee stocks really, but we'll probably move them to the farm. They've got some water, some feed and some light. Just heading off to the farm just to do work, and got my team with me. Hard to see you with the light. There we go. Team duck. This is our 4th batch of broilers, and there's actually 150 in this batch. I've upped it a little. I just chew a feed so they can see. Can bury the feeders with sawdust in between feeds, and we've got here, I've moved our ducks in here. This is a little duck brooder area. We've got a little swimming pool, and we've got the feeder and their heat lamp. I must hook up a nipple water for them as well to give them clean water, but they're settling in really well. These are Neve ducks. I think they're going to be little mascots on the farm. I'm just here with the piggies. We just moved them from the other side of the farm. I didn't get a video. They were following me on the quad like a bunch of dogs, just running after us, but they're doing really well. And we moved them on to, we're moving up through these ones up here, and just using the pigs as their house moves along with them. They use it sometimes when it's really wet. They'll go in there. On a dry night like last night, they would I'd say they just make a big bed in the rushes and lie down there. But doing really well, and really happy with the piggies. They're having their breakfast. Hey piggy piggy. Beautiful animals. Pigs are probably one of my favourite animals because they're so, you can just utilise so much from them. There's so many different cuts of meat you can take from a pig. And they're beautiful animals. On the farm they're really good at helping disturb the soil, and yeah, awesome animal. I don't think we've looked at this in a while. This is my grain store, so it's just a 20-foot shipping container. This is an old container, it's a bit beat up, but I got it for real cheap. I keep my winch here. This is what we move our egg mobiles with. Keep it in here because I move it between egg mobiles every day. Then we've got this is chick crumb. We use typically 24-25% protein chick crumb. Then we've got, that's all pig feed there, let's say 18%, and this is all our broiler feed. We're still buying that in 20 kilo sacks. Next year I will build a big bin from here up to here, and we'll keep our broiler feed in that. I need to stock up my oyster grit. I keep that pallet down at the home farm, and that's just some sugar for the bees. This is our layer feed. This holds 8 ton. There's about 5 tons of feed there, and we just use, this is just like a fish scales hook. We hang our buckets on it and we fill out of that, and it works dead easy. Well, when this is full up, there's about €7,500 worth of organic grain in here, so it's quite expensive organic grain. Well, it's not expensive, but it costs a lot of money to buy quality feed is what I should say. But I'm really happy with this setup, and as I say, probably next year as we're going to do more broilers, I will put a second bin in here, and then all our feed will get blown in. There's a little bit of handling with the 20 kilo sacks. They've got to be manhandled in here because I don't have it that I can get them in with a forklift or a pallet truck. Just got on the barbecue some yummy Heather Hill Farm chicken. Oh, it's going to be nice for dinner with some sweet corn. Yummy. I was just walking down the road here to go get dinner, and I just noticed these little strawberries in here. I never seen them before, and I walked past this, I'd say, you know, 1,000 times now. So nature's hiding little gems all the time. I don't think they're going to be massive strawberries. I can't think of the variety. Is it Regina or something somewhere that it looks like to me? Some strawberry varieties yield great big strawberries, other ones yield smaller ones. But I'll keep an eye on these guys. Just doing my evening walk around here. It's 11:20. Days are starting to get shorter. You can see the sheep grazing in the background, but this is probably my favourite part of the day because I get to walk around in the morning when I come to the farm. It's go, go, go. Chores got to get done. Everything's got to get done. In the evening it's very chilled. I just go around, check up on everybody, and you know, I can observe, and you get to see loads of cool things that you probably might notice on your day-to-day chores when you're going. So it's one of my favourite parts of the day, just coming to the farm at night and making sure everything's in, and just it's a relaxing time, especially a nice evening like this. You can walk around and it's very, very settling. So that's it from this evening. Everybody's safe, so I get to go home to bed. Well guys, I'm a bad beekeeper. I was just out feeding the chickens and I just noticed a swarm coming out of one of the hives. I checked that hive, well, it was maybe 9 days ago, and I couldn't see any queen cells in it, but I must have missed some cups that were just getting charged. So I got my nuke box. They're just on a branch above the hive, so I'm going to need a ladder and shake them into it. I'll give you a look. So there they are. Like, this is the 2nd of July, so this isn't good for beekeeping, but not a massive swarm, but we'll get them out. They came out of the green box back there. I'm going to get the ladder and see if I can just shake them into the box. Okay, I've got a nuke box set up with 6 frames. Got my ladder set up. I'm going to try just cut the branch and carry it down carefully and then shake it over the box. So I'm going to try and set you up so you see all this happening. You seen as I cut the branch, I let it fall slightly. I just couldn't take the weight totally, and some of the bees fell off and swarmed off into the air again. And the reason why I just held the branch there then is I was pretty sure the queen was still on the branch, and I didn't want the rest of the bees to cluster higher up in the tree, so I just held the branch there for a few minutes. It was no more than 3 minutes, and the bees all settled on the branch again. Now, you seen me, there was a few bees in the ground. You see me go back and look in the grass. I just looked for the queen and I couldn't see her. Then I just took all the bees when they settled on the branch over to the box and just give it one good shake into the box. And now they're in their new home. You can just see them right here. So it's not a good time of year for splitting. I was hoping maybe to get some honey off that hive, but I'm not totally focused on honey production with my bees at the minute. I may come across as a bad beekeeper, letting my bees swarm, but one, bees are going to do what bees want to do, and two, I'm more focused on building up my colonies at the moment. So it's as long as I catch my swarms, I'm happy enough. You know, I'm not focused on honey production at all. That's a few years down the line. Best part of the month. Every month comes without fail. If you're a grass farmer, if you're doing grass finished anything, then this is the Bible for you. The Stockman grass farmer. It's just, there's always nuggets in this every month. I highly recommend you subscribe to it. And the one and only, going to be doing a training with Joel and Richard in the end of August, so can't wait for that. So highly recommended if you're into grass-fed anything, managing your grass. Subscribe to the Stockman Grass Farmer. It's a great publication. Comes from the US, but they know they have an international audience and they'll ship it around the world. I'm just doing some editing here in the kitchen, and I was just thinking on that swarm that I caught, and being on the farm full time, that's a big topic. In my consultancy work, I'm working with a lot of people who want to do part-time farm, and they've got a good job but they want to farm as well. And that's a very tricky one, because I find that being on the farm full time is extremely important. You catch all those little things. Like I caught that swarm. If I wasn't there on the farm, an hour later that swarm was gone. That's 200 euros that swarm was worth. And so all these little things, that could be a calf that was stuck somewhere, or a cow calving, or a sheep lambing, or all these little things, slippages that they're called. And if you're on the farm all the time, you get them, and that's really where you can make the difference of making a profitable farm versus making a farm that breaks even or even losing money. So all those little things, and a big part of them is the fact that you're there on the farm all day. And I think that's a really important aspect for anyone out there thinking about getting into farming. Think long and hard about how you can get into a position that you can be on the farm all the time, because I'm not saying it's not possible to do it. I've done it myself. I worked off the farm for a while. Now I was lucky. I was working 800 meters away from the farm, and I think that's why I managed to make it work. But if you're planning to be away from the farm, you've really got to look at the enterprises that suit themselves to you not being around so much. So that's a little note I was thinking on. Thought I would share my thoughts on that.